now you know how to go from the worst case scenario to the best case scenario to a neutral position actually. Now we're gonna start going over a guard control. Today we're gonna go over 2 guard controls, and the first one will be call and sleeve. And the reason we're gonna play call and sleeve is because that's the easiest way to understand how to play with your legs. It's not because you have to change your game, but I want you to understand the ability of playing guard with your legs. And once I go to the call and sleeve, it's very simple. Once you're playing guard, I don't want to make it too complicated. So getting you guys to hug the leg or a certain position that will not work. I want you guys to work with your feet to keep your opponent away from us. So I don't want Ed to get close to me. If you start putting pressure, that's not going to be good for me. So what I want in this situation, I want to start using my feet to keep him far away, because my feet, my legs are going to be stronger than my arms. I'd rather playing with my legs than playing with my arms. It's easier to leg press than bench press. So that's the idea of call and sleeve. So the idea of call and sleeve is step on the shoulder, is step on the hip, and then all my grips, they're just there to support my legs. They're not there to do the whole work. So I'm going to have a sleeve grip, I'm going to have cross-collar grip, but now the whole work is going to be how can I maintain my feet connect to Ed, because my feet are going to start stretching them out, open space, and then eventually I'm going to start setting up the attacks. So call and sleeve, and I like call and sleeve as well because call and sleeve is a transition to end guard control. So it's a neutral position, it's right in the middle of everything. Now, if I want to play lasso, I can play lasso, switch to a spider lasso. If I want to play de la riva, I step off the hip, I swing the leg. Now I can play de la riva. If I want to get under the legs, I can just step in between the legs and start playing under the legs. So call and sleeve is pretty much the only guard control that can take you to any type of guard. And that's the reason we're going to work on that. Because if you master call and sleeve, you can play any other game. So call and sleeve, collar grip, a step on the shoulder, a step on the hip. And then now that's when I want to show you guys a detail to make it easier for you guys to maintain your guard control. First of all, I don't want to be flat on my back and on my shoulders. This is making me slower. It's slowing me down. What I need to do is I need to elevate my hips because I want to be hanging onto his upper body. Now, as Ed's moving, he's going to move me as well. So now we start rotating it. Look, I don't have a lot of friction with the mat. Versus this, once I drop my hips, the more contact I have with the mat, more friction I'm going to have. Now, once Ed starts moving and I'm flat on the ground, look, I'm not moving with him. He's going to start manipulating my legs and eventually passing. So I want to have as little contact as possible with the mat. And I want to be as close as possible to his upper body so that way I can start attacking. So engage your core, elevate your hips, and work with your legs to manipulate the upper body. And I use my hands, I use my grips. So that way my hands, my grips are going to be supporting my legs. So this is going to be pretty much the idea of call and sleeve. You can pull, go straight to call and sleeve, set up the call and sleeve once you're on bottom. But practicing call and sleeve will help you to understand how to play with your legs, how to engage your core, and maintain the position once you're on bottom.